This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. China Attacks 2024 by Chuck DeVore. Preface. In 1998, I grew increasingly alarmed at America's policy direction regarding the People's Republic of China, PRC. With the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991 and the end of the Cold War, the dispassionate rationale for the U.S. aligning with the PRC against the Soviet Union ended. As Henry Kissinger, then National Security Advisor, said to President Richard Nixon in 1972, "In 20 years, your successor, if he's as wise as you, will wind up leaning towards the Russians against the Chinese. The United States needs to play this balance of power game totally unemotionally. Right now, we need the Chinese to correct the Russians and to discipline the Russians." But the Chinese Communist Party's, CCP, naked brutality against its own people, mostly college students, the sons and daughters of the elite, in the Tiananmen Square massacre in 1989, happened too soon for a geostrategic adjustment. The Soviet Union, while moribund, wasn't dead yet, and official Washington policy quickly buried any concern about the CCP's violent nature. When the Soviet Union did dissolve 2.5 years later, in December 1991, there were indications that the Washington foreign policy establishment was considering a new policy towards the PRC, one that would be less accommodating. Candidate Bill Clinton, then governor of Arkansas, even campaigned against President George H.W. Bush, President Ford's ambassador to the PRC and a former director of the CIA, as being too weak on China. But Clinton's position was more motivated by a moral, Wilsonian approach to foreign affairs than it was informed by Kissinger's realpolitik, that, and cash. In any event, a concerted effort by Chinese intelligence to curry favor with Clinton, starting when he was governor as early as 1984, may have borne significant fruit. Now long-forgotten names like Mokhtar and James Riyadi of the Lipo Group, Maria Hussia, and the Chi Lai Buddhist Temple in California, she used to bundle donations to Democrats. John Huang, Ted Siang, and Ya Lin Charlie Tri, and the millions of dollars they helped steer into politicians' coffers, helped elected officials come to see China in a different light. Such efforts are known today as elite capture. Regardless, the end of the Soviet Union meant a peace dividend and the end of history. America and the world could relax and grow rich. Feeding into this narrative that China was not a threat, Paramount leader Deng Xiaoping expressed in 1989 that his strategy was to hide your strength, bide your time. In this atmosphere, under Clinton, significant transfers of technology to the CCP, official and unofficial, legal and illegal, proceeded at a breakneck pace. By 1999, the Clinton administration even approved the transfer of sensitive satellite technology to China, while a few years earlier, China had a major success in stealing U.S. nuclear weapons secrets, including information on how to build neutron warheads. American companies were even getting in on the act, with Lucent, a spin-off from AT&T, even setting up a research lab in Shanghai, later sold in 2002. This collaboration allowed China to significantly upgrade its secure military communications infrastructure with fiber optic technology. By June 1998, the U.S. House of Representatives voted 409-10 to establish the Select Committee on U.S. National Security and Military/Commercial Concerns with the People's Republic of China, led by Republican Congressman Chris Cox of Orange County, California. A similar investigation was also launched in the Senate. By May 1999, a redacted version of the Cox report was released to the public. I had more than an informal connection to Rep. Cox. I was his first staffer, and he represented me in Congress. In 1988, I served as public liaison for his first congressional campaign, and, after his election in November, helped assemble his staff, sifting through more than 1,000 resumes.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.